students. Let's do ratio and proportion exercise 10E. We are with question 6. The ages of A and B are in the ratio 6:5. That means 6 is the age of A. So we have to keep 6 for A and 5 for B. Now they're saying if A's age is 18 years, we have to find the age of B. So let's begin. The ages of A and B are in the ratio 6:5. So first thing, let's write down the ratio. Then the age of A is given to us as 18 years. So A is 18 years old. Now we have to find the age of B. So let's consider B to be X years. So B will be X years old. Now we have to make a proportion. So 6:5 is the first ratio. Now the second ratio also we should make with the help of 18 and X. Now which will come first? Okay, now here let's see in 6:5 which is first. A is first and then B is second. This is the order. Similarly, on the right hand side also we need to have A first. That means 18 should come first and X should come second. So the order on the left hand side is A is to B, and on the right hand side also it is A is to B. The order is very important. Now we need to find the value of X. So let's do product of extremes is equal to product of means. This means 6 into X will be equal to 5 into 18. So to find the value of X, we will write 5 into 18 as it is on the right hand side, and we're going to divide this by 6. 6 is taken from the left hand side and we have transposed it to the right hand side. That's why it becomes division. Now let's cancel 6 and 18. 6 threes are 18. So now what do we have left in the numerator? We have only 5 into 3. 5 threes are 15. That means the value of X is 15. And what is X? X is the age of B. So B is 15 years old. B is 15 years old. We have found the age of B. Question 7. Do the ratios 15 centimeter to 2 meters. So this is the first ratio. Do this ratio and this ratio. So there are two. Do these two ratios form a proportion is the question. So first we have to change this first one to a ratio and then the second one to a ratio. And if they are equal to each other, then we say that they form a proportion. So the first one here is 15 centimeters is to 2 meters. As you can see, the units are different, centimeters and meters. That means we need to convert them to the same unit first. So I'm going to convert 2 meters to centimeters. So 1 meter is 100 centimeters. Therefore, 2 meters will be 100 into 2, 200 centimeters. So now I have 15 centimeters is to 200 centimeters. Now they are of the same unit. Now I can continue and get my final ratio. So 15 centimeter is to 200 centimeter. I'm going to write it as a fraction. 15 by 200 and I'm going to remove the unit. Now let me reduce 15 by 200 to the lowest term. I'm going to divide both by 5. So use a common factor to divide both. So here 5 threes are 15 and 5 into what will give us 200. 5 fours are 20, isn't it? We know that 5 fours are 20 and then I add the 0. So 5 into 40 will give me 200. So my first ratio will be 3 is to 40. This is my first ratio. Now I need to see if the second one also gives me 3 is to 40. So let me take the second ratio this. 10 seconds is to 3 minutes. So I'm going to convert the bigger unit, that is minutes, to seconds. It's always easier to convert the bigger unit. So here minutes to seconds. Now I know that 1 minute will have 60 seconds. Therefore, 3 minutes will have 60 into 3. that many seconds. 3 zeros are 0, 3 6 are 18. So that is 180 seconds. So now I have converted both to seconds. So the first one will be 10 seconds. The second term will be 180 seconds. So now both are seconds. I'm going to write them as a fraction 10 by 180, and then I'm going to reduce them to the lowest term. Before that I can cancel the zeros. So what is left is simply 1 by 18, and if I have to make this a ratio, I will get 1:18. So what was our first ratio? Our first ratio was 3:40, and our second ratio is 1:18, and since they are different, they do not form a proportion. So the answer to this question is no. The question is, do they form a proportion? And the answer is no, they do not form a proportion. Question 8. Do the ratios 2 kg is to 80 kg and 25 grams is to 625 grams form a proportion? So this is our first ratio, and the next one, the second ratio is this. So let's take the first ratio. 2 kg is to 80 kg. So the units are the same. We don't have to change the units. We just have to make this a simpler ratio. So this will be 2:80. I'll write it as a fraction 2 by 80, and I'll reduce this to the lowest term by dividing both by 2. Let me divide both by 2. So what do I get here? 2 ones are 2, and 2 into 40 is 80. So my first ratio is 1:40. This is my first ratio. Now let me take the second one. 25 grams is to 625 grams. So here also the unit is the same, so I don't have to do any conversion. I will just write this as 25 is to 625. Now I write it as a fraction 25 by 625, and now let me reduce this to the lowest term. Let's divide both by 25. So let's divide both by 25. 25 into 1 is 25, so numerator is 1. Now denominator, let's divide 625 by 25 and see what we get. 25 twos are 50. So minus 2, 1, I bring down 5, I have 125. 25 fives are 125. So minus, I get the zeros. So now my answer here is 25. Now if I make this a ratio, I get 1:25. So my first ratio is 1:40, and my second ratio is 1:25. That means they are not the same, isn't it? You can make out they are not the same. So they do not form a proportion. So the answer to this question is also no. Since the ratios are different, they do not form a proportion. Question 9. 10 kg of sugar costs 350 rupees. Now they're saying if x kg, x is the unknown quantity, if x kg of sugar costs 175 rupees, find the value of x. So let's start. Cost of 10 kg of sugar is 350 rupees given to us. Now the cost of x kg of sugar is also given to us as 175 rupees. Now we have to find the value of x. So let's put this in the form of a ratio. So let's take the weight first. So here we have 10 kgs and here we have x kg. Let's make a ratio of that. So this becomes 10 kg is to x kg. So this is our first ratio. Now on the other side we will have rupees 350 because that's the cost of 10 kg. That should come first. Then rupees 175. So we've got a proportion. Now let's simplify this. So 10 kg is to x will become 10 is to x. This is equal to 350 is to 175. Now the product of extremes will be equal to the product of means. That means x into 350 will be equal to 175 into 10. So now to find the value of x, we write 175 into 10 divided by 350. We are transposing 350 from the left hand side to the right hand side. Now let's see if we can cancel something. I can cancel 175 and 350 because 175 into 2 will give me 350. So this into 2 is 350. Now I can cancel 2 and 10. 2 5s are 10. So what do we have left here now? In the numerator we have 5 and nothing in the denominator. That means x is equal to 5. So what is x in the question? X kg of sugar, isn't it? So our answer will be 5 kg of sugar will cost 175 rupees. So they've asked us to find how many kgs. So we have found the answer. 5 kgs of sugar will cost this much. Question 10. The lengths of two ropes are in the ratio 7:5. Find the length of the shorter rope if the longer one is 22.5 meters. So the ratio of the lengths of two ropes is 7:5. The length of the longer rope is given to us as 22.5 meters. Let the length of the shorter rope be x meters. Now let's form our ratio. 7:5 is the first ratio. So since 7 is the bigger number, this will be the length of the longer rope and this is the length of the shorter rope. So that means on the other side also we should have it in the same order. So what is the length of the longer rope given to us? 22.5, and then the shorter rope we have taken it as x meters. So now let's find the value of x. Product of extremes equals product of means. That means 7 into x. 7 into x will be equal to 22.5 into 5. So to find the value of x, we say 22.5 into 5 divided by 7. So let's multiply 22.5 into 5. So ignore the point and multiply. 225 into 5. Multiplication. 5 5s are 25, carry 2. 5 2s are 10, 11, 12, carry 1. 5 2s are 10 plus 1, 11. So here I have 1125 and the denominator is 7. Now let's go back to the question which has one decimal place. So here in my answer also there should be one decimal place. So that number will be 112.5 divided by 7. So let's do that division. 112.5 divided by 7. 7 ones are 7 minus 11 minus 7 is 4. I bring down 2, 42. So 7 sixes are 42 minus 0. I carry the point up and I bring down 5. 5 is smaller than 7, isn't it? So I need to put a 0 and continue my division. I have 0 there. Now I can bring it down. It's 50. 7 sevens are 49. Now this division is going to continue, but I'll stop with this and take only this much, that is 16.07. So here I have found the length of the shorter rope to be 16.07 meters. So let's write that down. The shorter rope is 16.07 meters. This is our answer. The second part of question 10 we will move into. Now here we have to find the length of the longer rope. And here they've given us a measurement of the shorter rope. So the ratio of the lengths of the ropes given to us in the question is 7:5. The length of the shorter rope is given to us 9.8 meters. So let the length of the longer rope be x. So now let's write our proportion. So 7:5 is equal to, now 7 is the length of the longer rope and 5 is the shorter rope you're talking of. So on the other side also we need to have the longer rope first and then the shorter rope. So the longer rope is x and the shorter one, the measurement is already given to us, 9.8 meters. Now to find x, product of extremes will be equal to product of means. So this is equal to 5 into x is equal to 9.8 into 7. So to find the value of x, we say 9.8 into 7 divided by 5. So let's multiply 9.8 into 7, ignoring the point, 98 into 7. 7 eights are 56, carry 5. 7 nines are 63 plus 5, 68. So 686. Now here this one decimal place, so answer also will have one decimal place. So that becomes 68.6 in the numerator divided by 5. So now let's divide 68.6 by 5. So 68.6 divided by 5. 5 ones are 5 minus 1. I bring down 8. 5 threes are 15 minus 3. Now I have a point which I'm going to carry up and I'm going to bring the 6 down. It's 36. 5 sevens are 35 minus 1. And now I can keep adding zeros after the point. So let me bring the 0 down. It's 10. 5 twos are 10. So now I've got my answer. The value of x is 13.72. So that is the length of the longer rope because longer rope is x. So the longer rope will be 13.72 and the unit is meters. 13.72 meters is the length of the longer rope. So this is my answer. Question 11. If 4, x and 9 are in continued proportion, find the value of x. So if these three terms 4, x and 9 are in continued proportion, then our ratios will be 4 is to x is equal to x is to 9. So this is our proportion now. Product of extremes is equal to product of means. That means x into x. So this means x into x is equal to 9 into 4. So x into x means x to the power of 2. There are 2 of it, isn't it? So x to the power of 2 equals 9 fours are 36. So to find the value of x by itself, we have to find something called the square root because x square is 36. So x will be square root of 36. So let's find the square root of 36 by finding all the factors like we did earlier. So let's start with 3. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6. I continue. 3 fours are 12. I continue with 2 this time. 2 twos are 4 and 2 ones are 2. So what are all my factors? 3 into 3 into 2 into 2. Now since we are finding the square root, square means 2, I'm going to put these factors in groups of 2. So 3 and 3. 2 and 2. So each group has 2 factors inside and they're the same. I don't have a 3 and a 2. I have 2 3s and 2 2s. Now from each pair I'm going to take out 1. So I'm going to take 1 3 from here and 1 2 from here and multiply these two. 3 2s are 6. So the square root of 36 is 6. So x is equal to 6. Another way of finding out if x is the square root is multiply x into x. That is x square. So 6 into 6 is 36. So here we have found the value of x to be 6. Question 12. If 25, 35 and x are in continued proportion, find the value of x. So 25, 35 and x are in continued proportion. So let's write out our ratios. 25 is to 35 will be equal to 35 is to x. Now, product of extremes is equal to product of means. So that means 25 into x will be equal to 35 into 35. So to find the value of x, we have 35 into 35 divided by 25. Now let's cancel whatever we can. I can cancel 25 and 35 both by 5. 5 fives are 25, 5 sevens are 35. I can still cancel 5 and 35. 5 ones are 5, 5 sevens are 35. So what do I have left in the numerator? I have 7 and 7. 7 sevens are 49. So I have found the value of x to be 49. So this is my answer. X is equal to 49. With this, we come to the end of this exercise. Thank you, children.